Hey folks, it's not too far down the Everglades, about an hour drive, nice sunny day. Hey, never know what you're going to catch down there, but there's some big bass to be caught. Let's go. Okay, I'm getting ready to go fishing. Boy, you don't find stuff like this every day. You look for patterns all the time. One thing you always look for is moving water. And this is a perfect moving water situation. It wasn't moving like this yesterday because it was a great big rainstorm last night. And so all this water starts rushing in here, and we got a bunch of fish right here. There's one. I just started swimming it back in, and he hit it. Yes, sir. I don't know how big. I don't know how big. He's a good one. Look at this guy. He's a big one. He's a big one. He's a real big one. Found some big ones. Look at the size of him. That's a big bass, boys. That's a big bass. That's a big bass. Okay. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about, son. Ah! Ah! That is a trophy bass, son. That is one big fish. I don't know how big it is, but guess what? I got a scale. And I'm going to weigh that thing. Okay, there it is. It is right there. 7.8 ounce, 7.9 ounces. 7.5 pounds, son. Hey, that's a trophy. I want to take some pictures of this though first. Okay, boys. I'm going to release this big monster. He's a good one. Whoa, almost 8 pounds. Almost 8 pounds. Whoa, son. Well, it's funny. I was just telling my cameraman, I said, we've had a really tough day today. We just haven't found them. I said, but if you keep looking and keep looking, we might find that strange little pattern that we weren't even looking for. I wasn't even looking for fresh water coming in anywhere. There was a big rainstorm last night. I just happened to come up here and saw this water moving in. Hey, and the fish are stacked in here, big ones too. So that might only be for a day that they're like this, maybe tomorrow or maybe even this afternoon, maybe the current will come off. But it's what it's done is taken all these big giant fish that are hanging around this area and has put them right here. So what I'm doing, got my favorite rod, and I have a big 4-aught EWG hook, and I got 50-pound braid. Now you notice there's a bunch of rocks here, and that bass went under the boat, and he went around rocks, and he went everywhere. So what I'm going to do is with this heavy rod, this is actually almost a flipping stick rod. It's a 7.4 heavy action, and I have 50-pound test line on it. And again, what I'm doing is I'm just throwing over there, and I'm just letting the current. I'm letting the current just kind of drift around. I mean, this is a pattern I'm just figuring out. I'm just figuring this out because in just the last 3 casts I've caught 3 big fish. So I don't really know much about this. It's just that that's what happened the last 3 times. I just went real slow and easy with it, and just went slow and easy with the current, and just kept easing along. He came out running after it. He came running after it. Oh yeah, nice one. Nice one. I started moving it, and that big old fish. He's a beauty too. All nice and cloudy. I'm telling you what, folks, this is as good as it gets. Nice big old 4-pounder. Woo, son. Tell you what. Can't beat it. You can't beat it. Everglades can be alive and well Right now we found a really magical combination with this moving water that's so cool. This moving water just really helped out really, really well. I'm telling you, these are such nice active fish, nice and lively. I don't know. Beauty, 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 beautiful, beautiful bass. I tell you, folks, you just can't beat running water. It's the whole secret of today's show is stumbling upon some moving water. And golly day, it really did pay off. It's amazing how fish go to moving water. Bass love moving water, and it can happen just overnight. It can happen in just a matter of minutes. As soon at Lake Mead, let me just say how I caught the big string at Lake Mead one time. I was out in the desert at Lake Mead, and this giant thunderstorm came up. It's like 20 years ago. And this cascade of water came down off the mountain, and it washed lizards and pieces of brush and bugs and spiders. It came like a waterfall, came cascading over the mountain. And I went right in there, and these fish with bass had just come in there to eating all these lizards and eating all the bugs and stuff. And I caught 18.5 pounds. I caught the big string of the day on a waterfall that only existed for a couple hours. And it probably won't exist again in the whole life of the lake. It's just a waterfall that just sprung up just because of a big rainstorm. Well, that's what we got here. We got a brand new deal. A brand new bunch of moving water that I've never seen before. From a big rainstorm that came in last night, and boy, they're stacked in here. Let's go back this way, right into the clearer water, okay, and they just drift down here. Just drift slow and easy. Slip slow, and there's one. Okay, he hit it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a better fish. That's a better fish. I'm going to drop the anchor. I'm going to drop the anchor. Okay, boys. That's a better fish. Oh, he's around the anchor rope now. He came loose. He came loose. Good fish. Good, nice big bass. Look at the size of him. Another big, about 4 or 5 pounder. Woo! That's what it takes. Big old giant fish like this. 4 or 5 pounds. Big one on a worm. I'm get that hook out. Trying that bigger worm. Trying some different colors. And I don't know which one is going to be the best. Hard to say. But right now, this is such an unusual pattern. The fact that we're in a spot that I've never seen the water coming through like here. It's just a big bunch of current coming through here for the first time ever because of the big rainstorm. Hey, and I'm in a brand new spot, and they're biting good. Okay, now I'm using an 1/8 of an ounce weight, and this is a 50-pound braid, by the way. This is the large swimming Senko in the 208 color, and no leader, no nothing. But see, there's so many rocks in the water that you could have all kind of problems with that if you didn't watch out. So, I like these Emperor Series rods. They're really perfect rods for this. They're what this rod is a good worm rod. It's a 7'3" medium heavy action. It's a perfect worm rod. And you notice I have this Ugg button on the bottom. It's not really an Ugg button. It's called a cushion, and it's for setting the hook. I can get that rod in my gut pretty good. Of course, I got a pretty big gut. That's beside the point. But the point is, I don't hurt myself, and I can really get better leverage and a better hook set with I have that good soft rod. But right here, I can really set the hook good. I anchor it in my side. Okay, let's throw back up there again. Doom. Okay. I'm letting the current move it down a lot. Current's just kind of pulling that worm. I might try that regular Senko again though. Now, most likely, we warm out. Most likely we warm out. There's one. I just started swimming it back in, and he hit it. He was just out swimming it. It's a better fish, not real big. But that's the swimming Senko that I was using. And that's what I was doing, swimming it. Not a bad one. Not a bad one at all. Pretty nice one. Pretty nice one. Pretty nice one. 4 or 5 pounds. That's a good fish. That's the kind of fish that we have down here. Nice ones. Nice ones. Oh, beautiful, beautiful bass. Yeah. Jimmy Houston kisses his fish. He'd have some slimy lips today if you were with me. Slimy lips. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna just try swimming it out there, because that was what I was doing. I was reeling it back in. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a long cast. Make a long cast out there. And I hold my rod up and just start reeling. I got one. I don't know how big. It's not real big. I didn't even know he hit. He hit right away. Just swimming that Senko. And swimming it along. How big is this one? Huh? Ah, it's pretty good. Not bad. Big bass. Yeah. Ooh. He finally figured out he is big. He's the big one. Another big bass. Again, I didn't know he was that big. He just, a big old fish, almost 5 pounds. I've caught some good ones on. Just throwing out there. And the last couple fish, I've been just reeling it along, slow and easy. Okay, now I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. You need a big rod for this. There's 2 reasons why you need a big rod. Number one, you can throw it a long ways. That's the first thing. And you use 2 hands like I'm using. And that helps.
Sprinkling.
Yeah. I don't think it'll hurt anything. Okay, use 2 hands on the rod, hold the rod high. Okay. And throw it out there like this. And then just start reeling it slow and easy. And he's got it. Golly, they're out there big time. I don't know how many are out there. A lot of them. They might hit a daggone topwater out there. there was as many as are out there. A little one. That's a little one. It's funny, every time I'm about ready to leave, I'm thinking there's little fish and all the big ones are gone. I catch a 4 or 5 pounder. This is not but a little one again. Oop. But because of that little one, I'm going to try the topwater again. Oh, there's one. I got him, son. I got him. Big one. Nice one. Nice one. He came and sucked it down. He just hit the topwater. He just sucked it down. Hey, this is going to be some fun in here, boys. We're going to have some fun with this stuff. That's the second big fish I've seen. Well, it's not big. This is the smallest one of about 4 or 5 that I've had to bite. This can be a heck of a deal, though. Finding that water, you know, after a big rainstorm, water gets to flowing all around the place. And that's what we found here. A bunch of water coming in. And man, they're stacked in here. Okay, I'm going to try one down this way. Try one over there. I've just walked the dog. That's a good one. That's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one, son. That's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one, boys. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, boys. Big giant fish, 7 to 8 pounds. That's what we got here. We've caught a really big one on a topwater plug. Got a really big one on a worm. We're talking about big fish. Talking about big fish, boys. That's what it's all about right here. I'm going to weigh this one and just see what it goes. Okay, that's right about 6.5 pounds. So anyway, that's a pretty decent fish. Well, anyway, you can see that moving water is really the key to an awful lot of our fishing today. And come down to the Everglades right after a big storm, right after some big water has moved in, and you be able to find some moving water like this. Hey, I think you'll be able to catch some beautiful big bass like this too. So we'll see you again next week. And thanks again for watching. I've really enjoyed doing this film for you. Big old giant bass are always a big plus. So get this one released to be caught again another day, and we'll talk about it later, son. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you, sir.